All right, all right. These damn notifications. Yeah, bro, I didn't know motherfucking YouTube was doing that shit. Just running ads on people's. I didn't
Yep.
know.
Yeah, they talked about it not that long ago that they was gonna start doing that. They was gonna start running ads on channels that done or not even eligible for monetization. So like somebody that's got like 500,
That's
you know.
insane,
Yep.
man. I don't know how I missed that memo, but yeah, I'm pissed, yo. Like, what the fuck? It's a dirty game. It's a dirty
Yeah.
fucking game. I mean, I respect it, but fuck. All right. Yeah, YouTube doing what it's doing, but we are live. So uh, wow, there's a lot to cover because it's good. All right, yeah. New Orleans, man. Just Louisiana in general. A lot of history, a lot of history. I don't think people really fully understand or even respect the entire what hip hop history just in New Orleans by itself is. So,
Yeah.
in your best recollection, give me, what you remember, your take on it, your view on it, how it stacks up against other southern regions. Because in my mind right now, as far as hip hop in the South, it's either New Orleans versus Atlanta, and then I
Yeah.
have Florida as a number three. But go ahead, you run it down for me.
Okay. Well, let
Well,
me
first introduce yourself. I'm sorry,
oh
it's
yeah,
my
yeah,
man.
you
Keep it
good.
techie. Shout yourself out, brother. Talk about it.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? This Josh. Keep it techie. I appreciate you having me on the platform, Sly.
Oh, for sure,
And
for sure, for
I'm
sure.
definitely excited to talk about hip hop, especially from my region. You know what I'm saying? So somebody saying my volume, bro. Do I need to turn it up?
uh, you sound good to me.
I just want to make sure people can hear me. If
Fuck what he talking about. Oh, you good,
yeah,
bro?
he ain't talking about nothing. Yeah, I just listened to it as well, so it's good.
Yeah,
But yeah, just to hop right into it. I grew up in Baton Rouge, and just to change up or kind of not really correct, but just to say what it is now, like nowadays,
yeah.
Louisiana rap is coming out of Baton Rouge nowadays.
Okay.
Not so much out of New Orleans. A lot of people that was making music back in the day, you know, they didn't left. A lot of them didn't left. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, a lot of like the new artists from Louisiana, based on what I've seen, been coming out of Baton Rouge. Because Young Boy, that's where he from.
Okay.
Uh, Gates, he's still doing his thing. Boosie, he's still doing his thing. Um, and Fredo Bangs, he doing his thing as well. It's a lot of artists coming out of Baton Rouge. I don't know what it is. I guess some whatever they had in the water in New Orleans is kind of it's being dropped off in Baton Rouge, a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But and hold on, let me move my mic, I guess, a little closer to me a little bit as well. But um man, Louisiana rap, bro. Louisiana, hip hop is different from anywhere else in the world. Let me just start it off that way. It is totally different from anywhere else in the US, you know what I'm saying, as far as hip hop goes. Like back in the 90s when it all started uh, in that region, you know what I'm saying? It started with a lot of bounce stuff, bounce music. Everybody heard of bounce music, you know what I'm saying? The booty shaking music from back in the day. But that's kind of where it started. Like all the rappers that started out back around that time, yeah, they had gangster hits, but in order to get it cracking or get it popping, within the city,
Mm.
then you know what I'm saying, you had to do a bounce track. You had to have a hit. So I mean, I can go through, a lot of people from back then, you know what I'm saying, like Magnolia Shorty. I mean, and well, the bounce scene was like DJ Jimmy, that was back in the
I
day. That's
remember.
who.
I remember him back in. I came across him in 91, 92.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
that's like the early days, you know what I'm saying? And DJ Jubilee, um, it was a lot of people back then, that kind of cultivated that whole bounce movement. And it's always that argument, like whether I guess the booty dancing music came from is either Florida or Louisiana. I think we was all doing it around the same time, you know what I'm saying? But Louisiana had their own flavor, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? It was the whole, callback type style music, I mean, I guess I, and then I don't know where you want me to go with it. I mean, I could just talk about it. Well,
Yeah, I want you to
because
break it
I'll
down
be
for
all over the place. That's the
that's
that's the problem.
okay. So, I remember reading about it, Mantronic, um, or I forget if I'm saying it right. Is it Mantronic or Curtis Mantronic or something?
Oh, you
Yeah.
talking about J Electronic?
Nah, no, 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 no.
Oh, okay.
Never mind. Okay,
Oh, never mind.
so
That might be because I don't. And then you gotta think about it. I'm kind of young too.
okay,
Like I mean, I'm late 30s. You know what I'm saying? But I missed a lot of the 90s music. I mean, I heard it,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But a lot of that earlier 90s music, I I I didn't know a lot of it, but I knew the songs. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? I didn't
Mm-hmm.
know who was actually rapping.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember that I learned the names later on, once I got older.
Okay.
And so I mean, but it's just a totally different culture, the way the way they rap, and a lot of things started from that bounce. I could talk like they had so many, and that's the thing, bro. I'm be all over the place, bro.
That's cool.
Just ask me what you
Okay, got you.
just
So,
ask.
what's the difference between bounce, Miami bass, and go go? Because to me, I've listened to all three genres. Structure, they sound the same, different
Hmm.
instruments, some sped up, some slowed down, some bass heavy. What is the core difference? Like, what is the essence of bounce? If you had to explain bounce to me, what is it, or what is it about bounce that?
It's To me, it's just a is well, from what I remember, it's just a call out type music. And now as far as house music, I never really listened to it, so I can't tell you. But you know, when you compare it to what they was doing in in Florida, it I don't know if it was like the whole call out like that, but the call outs is really what made the difference. And then they had a lot of and they had a lot of, and I don't want to say the word, but they had a lot of punks doing it too.
Okay.
And it was popular. You know what I'm saying? I
Okay.
didn't hear about that nowhere else.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? And it's weird. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it, you know what I'm saying? But that was like part of that culture. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm glad you said that. The Big Frida thing. What
Yeah.
what is so is he just a long line of
Yep.
artists that's just keeping that line going? Is that just
Yep.
nothing new to y'all? But of course, up top we just looking like, what the fuck is this shit?
That's New Orleans bounce,
Okay.
for current day. It's up to date, you know what I'm saying? But that's New Orleans bounce right there. I mean, and not to just focus on just her, because there were a lot of regular dudes doing it, you know what I'm saying? Like regular people rapping in that bounce format, you know
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying? But they did have like some of these songs. I thought it was a chick the whole time. You know what I'm saying? But it was a dude. Like this dude named Katie Red. That's a dude. Um and it was a couple others. You know what I'm saying? That type of music, I don't know, it just attracted those type of rappers or those people to rap it. You know what I'm saying? And that, like I said, it was a small percentage, so I don't want to harp on just though, the big Fridas, you know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
older big Fridas, but you know what I'm saying? It just it was just part of that culture.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So let me first ask the most popular question that I know you get asked all the time. No Limit versus Cash Money.
Oh man. Um, Cash Money because of the longevity,
Okay.
of the actual record label.
Okay.
P, once he started running out of steam, he tried to rebrand a little bit with the whole new No Limit thing that didn't pop off. I don't know
Hmm.
if you remember that,
I
but
remember.
yeah, that's so I would say Cash Money because they kept their same name, they still got the same people running it. No, I mean, really, they've incorporated new artists and they've expanded out, to where they just still relevant. I mean, No Limit ain't signing no New Orleans. Ain't nobody looking to sign to No Limit, new No Limit or whatever they is.
So, in your best guesstimate, what happened with No Limit?
They just fell off, bro. People started falling out with P. I mean, that's one of the things I could think of. Like, um, but the same thing did happen to Cash Money. They lost steam as well when the Hot Boys broke up.
Hmm.
Turk went to jail, BG uh left Cash Money, So I mean, and then on No Limit, uh I believe Mystical went to prison too around the
Hmm.
downfall of
For
it.
the
You know what I'm
sexual
saying?
assault charges. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. So that kind of took it down. I mean, and then also they was hitting people with so much music. Like, what was that? 90? I can't remember the year, but I know they was dropping like a album a week, bro.
Yeah.
And so it just got to the point where they
Saturated
oversaturated
the
the
market.
market,
Gotcha.
and
Yep.
and it just people just got tired of it. You know what I'm saying? And just moved on to the next thing.
Well, who repped? Who repped it? I mean, if you had to pick one to represent the culture, you guys' culture the best. Who did it?
As far as rappers or
Well, I
just those
mean,
two
okay. So
labels.
if you had to pick one between Cash Money and No Limit, and say this is us, this represents us, top to bottom, through and through, who did it better?
As far as I would have to stick with, like, I guess, Lyrical a little bit more. No Limit
Okay.
when it comes to that area aspect of it, because they had a lot of artists under No Limit that was just dope lyrically.
Hmm.
Um, it just ran out of steam. But and just to name a few, I mean, we could bring up Mia X, Mac, Fiend, um, uh, who else? Slim. You know what I'm saying? Well, Slim wasn't. I wouldn't put him in the lyrical category. I mean, he had certain things he would say. He just had a certain swag to him. But as far as lyrical, Fiend, like I said, Mac and Mia X. Who else, man? I'm trying to think of everybody. Mr. Magic was okay. You know what I'm saying? But they had a lot of good lyrical artists. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Until Lil Wayne found his sound.
Well, that's the thing because when everybody left, and I'm like, okay, they got Wayne. Wayne's cool, but listen, I don't care what nobody say. Nobody saw Wayne doing what he. Birdman
I
claimed
didn't
he's.
either.
I put the house. I bet the house on Wayne.
Yeah.
Okay, outside of you, no,
Hmm.
don't tell me no anybody said yeah Wayne he's the one. Did
Yeah,
you
and that's
see
the
it?
thing. Everybody in Louisiana thought that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. I mean, we didn't expect Wayne to blow up like he did. I
Right.
think it was because he just made the right moves, and they always had that, saying that Gilly came in and wrote raps for him and all that stuff, which I don't know how true that is or whatever. I think that was just a way to get Gilly out there, or he probably got shelved by Birdman,
Well, yeah, he did sign to
and
Cash Money, and
yeah,
he never dropped the album. But
yeah,
yeah, he may have gave Wayne some structure. I'm not gonna
yeah,
say he wrote bars for him like that because
yeah.
those three albums after it's still you can still
Hmm.
hear Wayne. But let me ask you
Yeah.
this.
When the quarter came out though, man, that
Yeah,
just turned it all the way around.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because Cash Money was actually, in my opinion, they looked like they was finna go down.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, so we both agree the South has pretty much been winning for the last 15 years, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. Is Do you think the South needs any more flowers or any more recognition at this point?
Nah, I don't think so because I mean everybody coming to us now. You know, for the beats, production, you know, all that. Well, not so much nowadays, but from what I see, and that's the thing. I'm not I I'm not in tune with the new stuff.
Okay.
A lot of the new stuff.
Okay.
I still listen to old rap. I'm like an old classic, kind of like what Conspiracy was saying. I listen to old rap. I still listen to the Hot Boys. I still listen to BG. I still listen to UGK. All the old stuff. I don't. I can't tell you a Young Boy song. I can't.
Okay.
Or a Fredo Bang song,
Okay.
and that's because of my age, you
Uh-huh.
know, and it's just don't appeal to me. I mean, it does in a certain sense because the bias. So somebody repping where I'm from, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna support them, but yeah, I don't listen to Young Boy that much to actually know a lot of his stuff. So
Let me ask you this.
mhm.
To those from the South that say y'all don't get enough recognition, or they always harken back to when the South was disrespected and overlooked. And what do you say to people like that? That's from the South. You know, is they should let that shit go? It's like y'all have had this title for.
Yeah, I think they should let it go. And the reason I say that because we've been running it for years.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, what you want to stump their head down in the pavement? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's. I mean, we really getting the recognition. Everybody down south is getting the recognition.
yeah,
I mean, Ti had the audacity to say he was the king of this. Well, that don't apply. But I'm just saying, like, uh we just been running it, you know what I'm saying, running
yeah.
the game. I mean, and everybody had their time. It's probably gonna spin back around in New York. I mean, who knows in the future, a couple years from now.
Mm-hmm,
You
mm-hmm.
never know. I mean, something up there may start bubbling and it just spin back around up there. But yeah, we got what we wanted.
Okay, okay.
Because at the time when we was complaining about it, we was complaining about the recognition. We got it. You know what I'm saying? It's still not 100% respected, which I understand because
And what in
they
which
don't they
ways?
don't understand our culture.
So it's just a cultural
Yeah,
misunderstanding at this point.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Cause we don't, and that's the thing. When we was trying to get the recognition, they didn't understand our culture. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, and we didn't understand their culture up there. I couldn't relate to nobody, not like Jay-Z when they was on top, talking about Timberland boots and all that stuff, all the stuff they talk about in their raps. I couldn't relate to it, and I'm sure a lot of people down south couldn't relate to it because I mean it just wasn't. The culture was different,
Okay,
at the end of the day.
okay, okay. Um, to you. Oh, Nick wants you to put your microphone in the shot. He we want to be
Oh,
extra fancy. We want to
I
obviously we're
I
just showing
got
off
you.
all our toys. That's what we want. This is what we do now. We show off all our shit. Let me ask you this: is Scarface overrated?
Now I heard the conversations, the last night or whatever, and I kind of evaluated it, and I'm glad Conspiracy said that because it made me just look back at the music, that Scarface uh put out, bro, and it just made me think about it. I was like, I can't name that many Scarface songs either.
Bruh,
You
all
know what I'm saying?
all I can remember is the smile with Pac.
Smile, yep, with Pot,
Um, I never seen a man cry,
yep,
right? And then
yep,
I revert back to Ghetto Boys records that
yeah.
I can
And
remember.
but the crazy part about the Ghetto Boys, it made me think about that too. And I was gonna bring this up, but the Ghetto Boys, I can't really give that group much credit. And the
Okay,
reason I say that because they switched out members so many times. I
that's
think it
right.
was like 3 different times they switched out members. I think um, they had to go get somebody from Louisiana to represent for the Ghetto Boys. Well, Big Mike.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So I mean,
Well,
it,
people
it's
forget,
it was a group, but You know,
Yeah, people forget
it's a
Scarface was not
handicap.
he wasn't an original member. It was some other nigga named Brad
Yeah,
that was
exactly,
there.
exactly. So I mean, it kind of sucks, but I mean, because I've been saying around the space, I was like, yeah, Scarface is, you one of the best from the South, but by conspiracy bringing that up, it made me just think about it and start listening back to some of his stuff, and it's good, you know what I'm saying?
But does
But
it deserve the hype that he gets?
I think it is a little overrated. Just looking back, listening back to it, because I I don't know. I could be unbiased when it comes to it, because I mean, I'm a UGK fan. You know what I'm saying? And I've listened to Scarface a lot, just as much as I've listened to UGK.
Uh-huh.
If I went back and listened to UGK, I don't think I would come back with that conclusion like that, because the music is just timeless when it comes to UGK. I mean, they probably killing me in the chat, but hey,
We
it
don't
is what it is,
we
man.
don't
I mean,
we ain't worried about the chat.
I ain't been looking because I
Don't do it. Don't do
don't.
it.
Nah, I'm just throwing it out there, bro. That's the way I see it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can go back and listen to UGK, all of UG, because I know all of them, bro. I mean, I can name all of them to you, right? And
Mhm.
Dirty, Super Tight, all the albums that they put out, they all classics. I mean, and somebody else said that kind of relates to Louisiana music, the way we listen to it. You know, things are far away. When you driving to work,
Yeah.
you can play a whole album depending on where you work at when you
Right.
living down there.
Right.
So, if the album is good enough to where you ain't got to skip a song, that makes it classic, at the end of the day.
Okay. Okay. Let me ask you this: the new South with the young guns, the young kids. Do you feel good that Do you feel good about it being in their hands now that they're running the ship? They're steering the ship. Because
I mean, they might.
I'm asking this because if I name all the regions with all the young guns that's running their regions, Dirk, Chicago, Ronnie Swavey, New York, um, and then I look at those Fulios in Florida, Migos in Atlanta, NBA YoungBoy, and I don't know anybody out west like that. Do you feel good about the South with the young guns, their young guns, your young guns at the ship?
Yeah, I mean, they kind of. I mean, they doing good. You know what I'm saying? But they kind of run it off a cliff. That's why I started laughing in the beginning, because I mean, the music is good, bro. But when you start really, especially if you're mainstream rapper, you start, being tied to murders or tied to assaults. I mean, what was that? Young boy house just got raided
Just got
in
ready by the
Houston,
feds.
yeah, in
That's
Texas
right.
not that long ago. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's just you incorporating too much of the hood shit into what you doing, bro. I mean, if you're gonna be a rapper, be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Um, Pay for bodyguards. You ain't gotta be in all of. Well, I mean, I guess it's the image, but I don't know, bro. And see, that's the thing, that's where it goes to. I don't know how I'm trying to help young black people, get in a better situation.
Hmm.
Um, and I probably because I'm getting old, kind of like my parents used to say, you don't be listening to that crap, that rap crap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm probably starting to feel that way, I guess, and because of my age, but I don't know. It just seemed like it's going a little too far, in certain situations, especially them kids in Jacksonville, and I mean, at the end of the day, I can't really. It's because things are more visible. That's one of the reasons. Because the social media, people doing things on social media
Hmm.
that they shouldn't do, that nobody was doing back in the day. Because I mean, granted, this shit's been going on for years.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that was one of the things I was gonna talk about New Orleans rap. Um, a lot of times, what those guys were talking about was what they were actually doing in the street. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that's why they kind of don't call it, especially in like Baton Rouge. Is like when I was getting out of high school, they didn't call it hip hop. They didn't call it rap. That shit was gangster music.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that was what people was really doing. You know, they was. I mean, and you had to show that you was doing that. You know what I'm saying? But all this social media stuff wasn't available for people to show that like the way it is to the world. That's the difference.
What is the fundamental difference between Baton Rouge and New Orleans? Culturally, musically, lifestyle.
All right. So New Orleans is a totally different culture, bro, from anywhere else in Louisiana. It is 100%. Um, New Orleans is just totally different, bro. It's they got their own um trying to think of the right accent. They got their own accent.
Hmm.
Like you could tell in like even though I grew up in Louisiana and they got an hour away from Baton Rouge,
Hmm.
I could tell somebody from New Orleans just by the way they talk. Cause they got a totally different slang, bro. It's just totally different. And the culture is different. They call themselves the big city. You know what I'm saying? Even though we all country, they the big city. You know what I'm saying? So they got a different culture. And then down there, you know, they had the projects and all that stuff. You know, the Magnolia Projects, Calliope, you
Hmm.
know, all that stuff, the Melphamine, you know, all that, and it's just different. The way the wars was cut up, and then that's where everybody come to party across the world. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
so jazz, you know, the brass bands, you know, all that stuff was intertwined into the culture down there, and so it's just a totally different place from Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge ain't had none of that. But that's why Baton Rouge was behind on the rap scene as well. They had like it was more musically inclined down in New Orleans. Like not musically inclined, but it was just more relevant. Like a lot of older musicians used to live down in New Orleans in certain instances. I mean, you probably never heard about all those people, you know that, and I can't name them out the top of my head because I got a bad memory. But you know, it's a lot of people that moved down there. They had clubs and all kind of stuff. That's what people would go to try to get on. You know,
Okay.
so Baton Rouge was just a smaller town, you know what I'm saying? About an hour away north. It was the capital. It was just where everything was at as far as the Capitol building, you know, the governor's mansion, you know, all that stuff was up there. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a totally different culture. Um, Not totally, it's still Louisiana, but the culture and the way we talk was different. That's why you don't hear um that same you know dialect in like a Boosie CD
Yeah.
versus some like Lil Wayne or some earlier albums. You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
Okay. Perfect segue. Lil Boosie. How many murder raps did you say he beat? 3?
What was that, like three? I think. Yeah, like three.
Okay. How much of his lore is beating the murder raps versus his music? Because let's be honest, he doesn't put out that much music or doesn't put out that much memorable music for people to gravitate to him the way he does. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But I think the beating the murder raps, boost. At, stop me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, you kind of wrong, bro. And the
Okay,
reason I say that
okay,
because
okay.
yeah, the reason I say that because his music is, and I don't think he wants it to be mainstream. Cause Boosie probably could have been mainstream, but I don't think he wants it to. Because a lot of his music appeals to the streets. You know, that's why I brought up that whole gangster music thing. That's what that was like his first album with Webby. Webby and Lil Boosie, first album. They
I
did a
bought.
collab.
I got it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember. I
Gangster
remember.
music. You know what
But
I'm saying? And
okay,
everybody and the way Boosie make money is clubs. Clubs appear. People that's like super hood. that go to the hood clubs, and he go do the shows at these hood clubs, and that's how his music spread, and it spread all over the South because he be around the people. You know what I'm saying? It's not that his music is that great. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say that his music is that great or that memorable, but it does speak to the streets. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's more relatable to a lot of people that come out of bad situations and that live in areas like that. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Because the South is littered with cities that are like Baton Rouge
Okay.
and that deal with the same. I mean, when he brings up like racist issues, or I mean, well, let me say social issues, all that type of stuff. When he talks about that stuff, it's relatable all the way across the South, bro. All these small towns. I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent, but go ahead. I
No,
think you're gonna
no,
stop
no,
me.
that's good, good, good. No, thank you. Okay, back to Boosie again, because once again, I think he suffers from the Snoop dilemma. I think it's more because of the murder beefs that he's celebrated and still relevant. But how much do you, out of 100, a scale of 100%, how much do you give the music versus how much do you give the murder
I w-
beefs?
I would say, and I'm gonna be fair. I would say 40% the murder,
Okay,
the other 60 the music.
that's a
So
lot.
just to be fair,
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? And yeah, the murder elevated it, but or the beat in the murder rap elevated it, but it's still the music because he don't care about dude never cared about being well, I mean he probably did. I mean he got songs about talking about trying to go mainstream and how they not letting him in and all that stuff or whatever, but the music just speaks to the streets more, and I think he figured out that that's his lane, so he's sticking to it. Because I mean, think about it, the only hit, like nationwide hit, that Lil Boosie really had was somebody else's song.
yeah,
And I'll tell you who that was. That was Fox Million
yeah,
from and he bought that song from Fox. Lil
okay,
Boosie bought that song and got her, and him and Webby hopped on two other verses on the song,
all right,
but
yep,
the original song is just Fox throughout the whole thing. He did the whole Master P thing. And I'll tell you about that in a little bit too. But yeah, they basically bought, that's the only nationwide song that he's put out. Now Webby had one. He had independent, IND,
yep,
and then when he did the remix with Trina,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That went nationwide. But his music and both Webby and Boosie music speaks more to the streets.
Would you say his music is more regional? And
Yeah, I would
okay,
say that. But um I think it spread more as well. And this might be kind of far-fetched, but bro, everywhere I've been in the US, and I've been to a lot of different cities, I always meet people from Louisiana. Always. No matter what like here in Las Vegas, like I remember when I first moved out here, I was like the only one in the city. I know I was like the only one in the city listening to Lil Boosie. but but it spread, dog. Like, and I done met people like, I don't know, different walks of life. Family from down south. A lot of people from LA,
okay,
family from down south. So that music spread that way too. Word of mouth actually uh keep Boosie relevant. That's why he able to do shows in LA now.
okay,
Before they kicked him out of LA, but I'm just saying,
okay.
that's how he was able to go over there and get the money. Because that was actually, the word of mouth game, to be honest, helped him more than, actually having a song on the radio.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, 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 yeah. For sure, for sure.
And then
Okay.
just to go back to what I was gonna say, that's exactly what Master P did with this dude Young Bleed Corleone out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He made a song called How You Do That There. That was his
Mm,
original song. Master P bought that from him. And that's why he owned the song, but you don't hear him no more. Him and CeeLo, he
mhm.
owned the song, but Master P bought that song from him.
Interesting, interesting. Okay, so Hot Boys, Ghetto Boys, UGK, A Ball, MJG. You can only pick one. I'll
All right,
repeat.
say that again.
I'll
Hot
repeat.
Boys.
Yes, I sure will. Hot Boys, any lineup you want. Ghetto Boys, UGK, 8 Ball, MJG. You only pick one.
I mean, that's tough, but I mean, and the only one I'm having a problem with is UGK and Hot Boys. One of those two would have to go. But I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I like Texas music. I like UGK. You know what I'm saying? But I would have to go with the Hot Boys because, like, I remember, and let me just use this as an example. I remember, being in the desert in Afghanistan when I was in uniform, and you remember those old MP3 players that looked like a USB drive?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All I had was the Hot Boy. All I had was space for like 2 albums. And the Hot Boys had to be on there.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know, bro. It's just like those first three, the second album and the third album is my favorite.
Okay.
No, the first and the second. I'm sorry, the first and the second. First and the second.
Okay.
If I had both of those on a jump drive, you know what I'm saying? Anywhere in the US, I could be in the desert somewhere, I'd be set with my music, fix.
Yeah.
And that's bias though. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Cause I'm sure Third Ward Colombian would pick UGK. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a bias, you know, because of where you from.
Gotcha. Hey, Third Ward, I cannot see you in the chat, bro. I know you're in there because I see everybody
Yeah, he
mentioning
does.
you. Bro, if check your block list because I cannot see you for the life of me because I'm subscribed to you and I still can't see you. So do me a favor, check your block list so I can get you wrenched up so I can get your comments highlighted. So don't think that I'm ignoring you. I can't see you in the chat. I can just see people referencing you in the chat. So I know you up in here. Ooh, okay. I was not prepared for the hop. I should have been. Yeah, I should have. Yeah,
But that's bias.
I
I do
thought you were
like
gonna really go
UGK.
UGK though. Honestly, I was like, because I just think UGK crosses pretty much all when it comes to the South. Like, I think everybody would be like them. Just
Yeah, but that production, bro. Manny Fresh production. I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know, bro. It like back in the day, the beats was like, and that's the thing, bro. I ain't even talk about like all the old albums that Cash Money did because before they blew up, you know what I'm saying? That was like some of the best music, dude. I remember being in the club listening to that stuff. It's All on You, Volume 1, because BG is one of the ones that kind of built Cash Money. You
Right.
know what I'm saying, from the
He
ground
was
up.
originally
Yeah,
the lead artist. Yeah,
yeah. Well, actually UNLV, but
UNLV.
then
That's right.
BG.
Okay.
Yeah, but then BG. So
Let me ask you this: did going mainstream hurt or help Southern hip hop in your eyes? Because I'm asking because what happened with Swisher House, that whole movement, once they hit the mainstream, it seems people burnt out or they became lackadaisical. It worked against them in the end.
yeah, I think it did cross the board. Cause yeah, No Limit felt the brunt of it, and they probably pretty much gone. But you know, everybody felt it across the board. You know what I'm saying? Because the sound, I don't know, but it's picking up new legs in other places though. They still using the sound,
Uh-huh.
so to speak. So I can't 100. It slowed down. No, let me just say that it slowed it down, especially and that's why I say No Limit. They basically went away after that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got the separate artists from No Limit that's still putting out music. I seen Fiend put out music. Well, Mac just got out of jail, so we waiting on some music from him.
But do you want
Um,
music from him at this point?
I do. Now if you asking me to speak for the masses, then probably not as many people want to hear from Mac. I mean, it'll be a little hype, you know what I'm saying, but it ain't gonna. it ain't gonna be as much as it was. Cause I mean, it's a new generation and young people run hip hop. You know, a lot more young people listen to still, especially Southern hip hop.
Hmm.
That's what's playing in the clubs. You
Hmm.
know, the younger artists. I don't think they would be playing Mac in the club, you know, in 2022. But did the people to buy it or older, and it's almost like a nostalgia thing.
Gotcha, gotcha. Let
See
me
what I'm
ask you
saying?
this, because I have this thing that I refer to hip hop as arrested development, right? Because it's almost like a teenage. They're like teenagers that's always stuck as teenagers. Does that apply to Southern hip hop? Does that apply to Louisiana hip hop? Do you at some point or in some instances say, you know what, they need to grow up, or is the South considered a little bit more mature because of economics, surroundings, growing up, however the case may be? Because Southern people always seem to be old, and I mean old, just like it's
Like
not,
a
you're
old
not talking to
soul.
anybody young. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
even the young kids from the South, I'm like, damn, bro, how old are you? Oh, I'm just 12, but you sound like a 30-year-old man. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So, is do you see that as well for hip hop or Southern hip hop?
Um I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't know how I would answer that because hold on, say it again, say it again,
Yeah,
say
yeah,
it
yeah.
again.
So, my overall view of hip hop is just basically a 15-year-old and a 45-year-old man's body. Okay,
Hmm.
mind, body, and spirit. Okay, do you feel the same way about Southern hip hop? Or
No.
okay, go ahead.
No, and the reason I say that because it's see, and this ties back to, I guess, a debate I had with Ty City a while back,
Okay.
where we were talking about, he was basically, speaking to the fact that hip hop is just entertainment. It's and it's not entertainment down there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it, relates to real life and what's going on, in real life. And I'm talking about like the older stuff. I don't know about the newer stuff, but or like the more recent stuff, but I don't know, it just tied to the culture a lot more, and it wasn't entertainment at the end of the day.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you talk about the bounce songs, that's entertaining, but most people gravitate to the music because it's real. You know what I'm saying? It just I don't know, it just relates to what goes on in real life day to day. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
Gotcha.
I hope that answered
Yeah,
your
yeah, yeah,
question.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Um, I mean, get rid of this person. How much credit do you give the musical instruments used in you guys' music as opposed to those that may use a drum machine? You know what I'm saying? SP 1200. Does that help? Did that make a difference to you?
In my opinion, it does
Okay.
because it goes back to the roots of Louisiana. I mean, it's the brass bands, especially. I don't know. I like hearing that type of stuff, and there's a big band culture down in Louisiana as well. And what I'm talking about is marching bands. I'm talking about like at the HBCUs,
Right,
and I know
right.
it's all across the South.
Yeah.
You can go to Georgia; they got FAMU and or all in Jackson State. You know what I'm saying? But down in Louisiana, same thing. That's part of the Mardi Gras culture because bands come from out of town to march in those Mardi Gras parades. I don't know. That's just ingrained in the culture. It's like live instruments, is I don't know. It's just always been incorporated into a lot of the music.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's definitely important. Versus the drum machines and all that stuff that people use nowadays or whatever.
Okay. Are you concerned about the levels of violence in the music, even though it relates to real life? But is that becoming a problem now? And I'm saying that because we look at Florida,
Hmm.
and it's too real to a certain extent. Are you also worried about the level of violence in and outside of the music?
And to be honest, I think I kind of like when you posted. I remember you posted up the, the that song that happened in Florida or
Yeah.
whatever. But then I had to sit back and think about it. I'm like, and that's why I made that statement earlier in the conversation. Shit like that been going on, bro. It's been going on. That's not nothing new. Even before Chicago.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's why I keep bringing up, the reality in the rap down in Louisiana. And back in the 90s, that was the murder capital of the world.
For a while, for a long while.
Or
Yeah.
or they say the world, but it wasn't the world, you know what I'm saying? But the US, that was the murder capital, bro, in the US. So the music was tied to that. You know what I'm saying? It's and stuff. The violence has always been a part of it's somewhat part of the culture as well.
Hmm.
And by no means am I, and I want to say this, disclaimer, by no means I'm not one of these people that's, you know, I guess condoning violence like that, but and and that goes back to what I keep saying. It's real though. It's reality. That's just the way a lot of those guys and a lot of those people live. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. Okay. Now, to that, how much do you think the music should reflect or be about escapism as opposed to just reporting on what's going on, right? At
You know,
what point do you say, okay, you know what? What about ways out, or maybe sprinkle some messages about getting out, ways out? No,
I
yes.
hate to say that. I hate to say this, but ain't nobody got time for that. I mean, it's
Obviously.
just think about it. Think about it. Think about it. YouTube. What are people gravitated to? The beef, the
Yeah,
bullshit.
yeah.
And I'm over there and not and I'm gonna stop using me as an example, but other people are over there creating tech courses or tech channels, showing people how to progress and how to get their shit together, so they can get money and all this stuff and get in a better situation. But ain't nobody over there checking for that. You know what I'm saying? They want to see the bullshit. They
Yeah.
want to see the beef and so and then that's another reason this whole they should I hate to say it, bro, but I mean, we probably shouldn't have all this social media, bro, because it's it's feeding into it too. Cause it's it's like social media is uh the real world or whatever that was on MTV back in the
That's
day.
right. Yeah, I
People was
remember.
trying to look at something real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And these rappers, I mean, it's like they're addicted to it, putting themselves out there. Like I mean, you can see everything someone has done recently as far as crime on the internet. They telling on themselves, and that's why I did a video a while back. I mean, they they just telling on themselves. I mean, it's fucking stupid. I mean, I'm sorry, bro, the
Nah,
curse,
you
but it's
good. No, no,
stupid.
no, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. I mean, I mean, I would like to. I would like to see the music go into something more a little bit more positive because I do like positive rap. I do listen to positive rap. I'm not downplaying that in any way. I listen to Common. I used to listen to Common a lot. I used to like the positive messages that Outkast put out from the South. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But as far as that culture down there is just it's just to the point of no return. You ain't finna pull that back. Let me just say it that way. You ain't finna pull that back. You ain't finna reel that back.
Gotcha. I remember the TV show Trim on HBO years ago. Do you remember?
Okay. Nah, I
It was
don't remember
about New
that.
Orleans, and I was going to ask you, is that TV show pretty accurate? I forget the one brother. He was um, the one brother actor. He was the lead
Yeah, I know who you're
detective.
talking about.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember because
yeah.
he was a detective in The Wire.
That's right.
One of
That's
the
right.
detectives in The Wire, and
Yeah,
I remember the show, but I never watched it.
okay. Because I wanted to ask, how accurate was that show in the lifestyle, the culture, the mentality,
Hmm.
of it
Yeah, and
seemed authentic, and for
from what I
knowing.
heard from other people that seen it is close to authentic as possible. Because that
Okay,
dude, that dude is from down there
he's
too.
that. Yes, right. That's right.
Yeah,
Yes, yeah.
yeah. I think he got his own grocery store down there or something.
Really. Okay.
Yeah, that dude is. Yeah, he do a lot for the city.
Okay.
So
How often do you go back to visit?
It's been years now, but I used to go all the time when I lived in Houston, cause that's just 6 hours from Houston. And I think that's why I got my greatest love for Houston rap. When I lived in Houston
Mm-hmm.
or Texas rap, so
Mm-hmm.
to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I drive home. I would drive home a lot then, but I haven't been home in years, man.
Where do you put Texas rap? Where do you
I mean,
rank
it's
it?
up there. It's up there. That's the only thing I can say is up there. They got their own style. You know what I'm saying? It's totally different from anywhere else. Uh, I mean, even the culture is totally different. I never met like. All right, I got family that live in Houston, bro. Oh, in Texas,
Okay.
south of Houston, but you know what I'm saying? Like they got their whole own culture, bro. They be wearing cowboy black. I ain't never seen black dudes other than on TV or something. Or I never seen black dudes with a big ass buckle on, with a hat on,
Yeah.
with gold teeth in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
just they got their own culture, bro. It's and then the cars and all that stuff. It's just totally different, bro. Like, and it's crazy how it's just 6 hours away from like where I grew up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And the whole screw music, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I hated that shit at the beginning. Like I remember going visit my cousins in Texas. They would always have that crap on. And I still don't really like it, but I mean I can tolerate it. I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's to the point where I know what it is, and so I listen to it every now and then, certain songs.
Can you pinpoint exactly what it is you don't like about it or didn't
It's
like?
just I just like the original songs,
Okay.
and you
Okay.
fucking up an original song for me.
Ah,
That's the
gotcha.
way I felt about it. Now, granted, it's being used in other music, and like as far as like I think Third World was talking about how Drake was using it, or
Mm-hmm.
no, ASAP Rocky
ASAP
was using
Rocky
that
when he
type of
first
yeah,
single. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, I understand. It was popular, but I mean, you also got to go back to what Third World and them was saying. Them guys was making that music for Texas. Cause Texas so big, you can make a lot of money in just Texas. So
Mm-hmm.
they was making that music for Texas. And not saying that it couldn't go outside of Texas, because a lot of people was listening to it. Oklahoma, I got cousins in Oklahoma. They was listening to screw music up there or whatever. But and not that it didn't spread, but that music was for Texas, is a wholly totally Texas sound, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know. They can make all the money they need out of Texas, so there's no reason to leave out the state. At the end of the day,
Right.
that's the way I saw it.
Conspiracy has a question for you.
What's up?
He said, he said, ask Techie about Mike Jones. Would
Hey, I was joking last night. I was like, who dialed that damn number off that phone? Because I know some of y'all did. I remember when I remember that song, bro. And everybody was talking, I'm gonna call Mike Jones. I like y'all crazy.
I still to this day, I mean, I know they don't fuck with him like that, but he was popping. Like I don't
Yeah,
get it.
I mean, I liked it. I liked it. The commercial song that he was on. I can't remember. Is it Sitting Sideways?
Yeah,
Boys in the
yeah,
Days. I think
yeah,
that was it. Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, I ain't really like his verse at the end of I ain't really like the dude at all, to be honest. I just thought he couldn't rap. And I mean, he was okay. I just thought he couldn't rap. And I agree with what Conspiracy said. It was kind of like people outside of Texas actually like that dude, you know.
I believe
But
so because he's
yeah,
spent a lot of time in Chicago. Like he spent months in Chicago, and
okay.
and so we was like, yeah, this is cool. He's cool, yeah. And the girl is, yeah, whatever. Um, is Louisiana top tier? Are they the big dogs of Southern hip hop? If you had to rank all the cities in the South, is Louisiana number one?
um, I would have to say yeah, and that's only because um we got the hottest guy in the game right now, in Louisiana, which is Young Boy.
Yeah.
and your boy Big Boy out there playing flutes and shit. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying, at the
Yeah.
gas station. You know, all the rappers out of there. I mean, and not saying our older rappers not in the kind of in the same situation where they don't give a fuck about rap no more. But
Mm.
I mean, we got more people that's still trying to rap and get themselves out there. You know, Fredo Bangs, he did something with the young kids that's popping in, what was that, Tennessee or something, wherever them dudes from.
Mm.
What's that dude name? The dude that's in jail right now. He did a song with Dirt not that long ago.
Wait,
Um
wait. Oh shit. You know
and
what,
he
bro?
got arrested in a because his gun fell out the pocket or something, or he almost shot the
Yeah, I know
security
exactly what
guard.
you're
I
talking
can't
about.
remember. Shiesty.
Pooh
Shiesty.
Shiesty.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he
So, you know, Fredo Bangs was working with him for a minute or a little bit. And I think he on the song with one of them dudes. So,
yeah, Pooh decided to plead guilty to the firearm, the federal firearms. Like that nigga
okay.
robbed the nigga for his shoes, shot the nigga in the ass.
Oh, yeah,
After
I
he,
remember
I
that.
mean,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah. And that's the thing, bro. A lot of these dudes, you know, I think it's the social media thing as well. And then it's just too hard to get away with stuff nowadays like you used to back in the day.
yeah,
I mean, it's just too hard. It's gonna get to the point where you can't get. Well, I mean, it is at that point where a lot of these people can't get away with murder.
yeah,
You know, unless you dissolving the body or something, doing something crazy. I guess maybe, but yeah, it's because back in the '90s, that's why the murder rate was so high.
yeah.
Back in the '90s, they had the what was that? The 60-day murder. You know what I'm saying? 60 misdemeanor murder. You know what I'm saying? You go sit down for 60 days if they can't find no evidence
They
or no
let you go.
witnesses.
That's right.
They got no choice but to let you out of prison. Yeah.
Let's
Nowadays they'll keep you in there. But
yeah.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I want to kind of keep it Texas just for a tad bit. Um, Pimp C or Bun B? Who was the better of that two?
It depends on what you're talking about. Now, lyrically, I will put Bun B. Cause lyrically I would put Bun B, but Pimp C, um, pretty much everything else because he's the one that came up with the concepts for a lot of the songs,
Okay.
as well as the beats on most of the stuff. Working with the producers even if he didn't produce the whole beat or make the whole beat,
Mm-hmm.
you know, he was working with them, the engineers, to construct the beat for the
Mm-hmm.
song and the whole concept.
Mm-hmm.
So UGK, I mean, Pimp C, and that's why I say I think they one of the greatest groups of all time. Uh, but I would still take my Hot Boys on my little thumb drive. But still, they like one of the greatest groups of all time. You know, from the South, and just not to hurt nobody feeling any Onyx fans out there or whatever. You know, I'm joking.
You got some time to take some calls real quick.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Okay.
I'm good, bro.
All right. Let me do this real quick.
And it's cool, bro. I like talking on on other topics besides tech because I don't know, I get more comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
know I can speak freely without not not that I can't speak freely on my channel,
No,
but
hey, no,
I
it's
be trying to focus on what
yeah,
I'm talking
yeah.
about to teach people stuff.
Now, I mean, when you
So
come here, brother, let your head down and be
yeah,
like, "Yeah, motherfuckers,"
yeah.
Bodie. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, yeah, yeah. I totally get it. I totally get it. All right. All right. Let me post the number in the chat. If anybody has a number offhand, please. All right, we'll post it. Spam it. All right. Phone lines are open if you wish to call in. I know you Louisiana people. I know y'all just chomping at the bit to say how y'all feel. I get it. I get it. So either call in, you agree. Oh, okay, ain't waste no time. All right.
I bet it's third wall.
turn up. To accept.
All right, what's good, bruh?
What's up, man? I'm glad I was able to really get in the chat tonight. I'm loving it. But keep it touching on here. I'm gonna turn this background down. Yeah, man, it's crazy because I would say as of late, for working out, I keep finding random music to listen to. And it's this one dude out of New Orleans named Lil Iceberg. And I promise you, he kind of got like a hot boy, like real life hot boy Turk kind of feel to him.
Okay.
But the music is like, it's bounce, but it's like trap.
Gotcha.
That makes sense. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how the culture is in New Orleans, like how the niggas be in the club dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like that, but then it's for that. But like might have alluded to earlier, but I feel like now the South is like how the 90s was. Like with the gangster rap, how it was so West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
It's like now it's like the whole focus is the South. But then it's like when you look at the South, it's just like I said, it's just broken up into so many different parts. And like I said in the chat, like when you really look at, like, I feel like when Southern rap like put its flag down and was like, oh, this is Southern rap, it was UGK riding dirty. Because if you go back and you listen to that first Outkast, you know, Southern Playalistic is a jam, but it still got the wonks, and it still sounded West Coast. It had the West Coast school. A-Ball and MJG, that was Memphis. So that little pocket was still like independent. But then we forget about the Ghetto Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Ghetto Boys went to New York City for a little bit, for a couple of years. So then when you look at Scarface and you factor in his flow and all of that, you see how his rhyme scheme and his pattern was influenced by him being in New York. And so you go into the 90s, all the collaborations that he had, all the New York rappers. But then it's like UGK definitively, like, really moved that ball forward because, like, you know, I said it's like the organs and then the chords, like, especially like that outro to Loud and Dirty. Come on, man. Like, I will turn out the lights right now and smoke to that because it's just such a vibe. It's all an instrument. But it was like, now that's when the South was able to kind of craft it. And then you look after that point, then it's like really, I feel like that was kind of almost where Beats by the Pound kind of was like, oh, okay, like, not saying a blueprint, but it's like, oh, okay, that's how they doing it over here. We gonna do this over here like that. And then the evolution of that, and then when you bring Manny Fresh in, you know, now I'm on the New Orleans kid, and you bring Manny Fresh in, and Manny Fresh really kind of introduced a bounce to the mainstream. Like, to the point, you got Jay-Z making bounce joints. Like Timberland, you know he's the guy who's gonna hear something and like, oh, let me make it before that. So it was like Timberland had them bounces out, but he knew about Manny Fresh. Like, you know, because Big Pimpin' was bumping, but at the same time, like, let's be real, like, Big Ballin', if it would have had the same type of push behind it, like Cash Money would have been blue. To me, I feel like, you know, I had heard it mixed like that in the club one time, like DJ mixed Big Pimpin' with Big Ballin', and I'm like, wow, that's kind of crazy because the tempos of the song almost near the same, but it's just different sound.
Gotcha.
So it's just like I just feel like New Orleans and that connection to jazz, like I said, Currency right now, my favorite active rapper.
Right
on.
on.
It's like he really kind of created like jazz rap because he rap over like jazz music. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm listening to something and he like got the Bobby Humphrey stuff. I'm like, my grandfather used to listen to Bobby Humphrey, like Bobby Humphrey, but it was just the innovation and the creativity, you know what I'm saying, that they came with.
Cool. Techie, you want to add to that, or you got anything you want to add to that?
Nah, I was gonna add like, ask you first, what was the name of that rapper? Cause I kind of missed it.
Lil Iceberg.
Lil Iceberg. Okay.
He's from Uptown. Like, he's from Uptown. I would say right now, because, like, you know, I would say probably it's a couple dudes, but I would say right now, as far as the random music I heard, one little dude, what's his name? Lil Iceberg, and then 49 Rob. 49 Rob looked like he gonna kind of get the push. Cause I would say 49 Rob, or Rob 49 rather, he really kind of like, his music is like drill bounce, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, cause like, oh, I'm sorry.
No,
go ahead. No, I was just gonna say that. No, I was just gonna say that. I've been seeing BG Sons do stuff too. They've been putting out music. You know what I'm saying? In New Orleans.
He was with Jet Life. The younger one, Tyron, the one with the dreads. He signed the Currency.
Okay.
But I'll say this about Jet Life too. The thing that people miss with Jet Life is like Sting is there. Because
Yeah.
it's like, I'll even say as far as him, like Cindy P. I like Cindy P a lot. But then it's like, I see how the transition from when he went from Corner Boy to Fendi. But then it's like, you can tell it's like he's been around Spitter. So it's like the beat's not really like as like, I mean, he still come with the gutter, but now the beat's is more, okay, like a refined loop. Like, okay, this is going to ride, it's going to slide, I can rap on it. Versus, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to trap over it. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you know, it's just like, you know what? Because I feel like we probably around the same age. We might be a little older. Like, I'm in my late 30s. So it's just like, I remember when 400 Degrees, like, came out. And, like, I had the original one, like, before it was bumping, because it's just like, you remember that's when we had the rap cities, but then really, you had, like, really them big blocks of rap videos Friday nights. So I remember the first time I saw him was just, like, a random Friday at, like, 1:32 in the morning. And I'm like, this shit's kind of wild. And then it was like a month before, but then scene started to pick up. So it was the first release, which was in November, but then when Jay-Z jumped on this shit and then I re-released it, because I'll tell you, me too, I think Welcome to the Nolia, hands down, greatest Cash Money beat ever. Greatest Manny Fresh beat ever.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, I thank you, my brother, for calling in, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure,
shout
bro.
out to you, bro.
For sure, bro.
For sure, man. Y'all have a good night.
You too.
All right.
Phone lines are open. That's my man Art. Turn up. Phone lines are open. Edward, I seen you call back. If you basically whoever the first one to get through gets through.
Nah, but he brought up somebody I forgot to mention, but Currency, Currency, kind of like in his own lane, you know what I'm saying? Because Currency actually he first started under No Limit.
Mm-hmm.
He was brought under I think C Murder before he went to prison.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like in limbo after that. And I think he messed with,
And then he got with Dan, and
yeah,
then shit went left.
yeah.
We got a call. Let's take this call real quick.
From
Mac.
What's going on, Edward?
Hey, what's up, y'all?
What's up, bro?
Hey, keep it taking. How you doing?
Oh, chilling,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Chilling.
Yeah, about this crackhead rap. Every time my nieces want me to listen to it, I gotta put on the Google Translator app to understand what the hell they saying.
You gotta hang out with the youngins to get in tune. You gotta keep your ears to the street.
Yeah, I've been hanging out with my nieces for a minute, my nephews, man, to find out what's going on. And I don't know if they're on crack or they got a speech impediment or they got like a mental disorder like RBR, or they're like on RBR products.
Oh, no RBR slander, please. No, do not summon RBR. Do not summon RBR.
No, man. I'm just using that as a metaphor, though, man. That's a metaphor, as an allegory, though. But when I first stepped with the Louisiana rap, I think the first rap I heard was like Juvenile, Birdman, and Lil Wayne, the Cash Money Millionaire. And I only heard about this young boy for a minute, but I did check out Jay Prince, just, keep it taking suggested it. And I like his flow. He got bars for days. But when I was up there coming up in the 80s, I was in high school in the late 80s. For me, it was like Scarface and the Ghetto Boy, UGK, and MCA.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was growing up.
That's what's
and,
up.
And I remember when I went to high school and I was up there dressing up in like a fedora and a suit. My younger brother said I looked like Scarface.
Okay.
Because when I first spoke on the phone, and people they're wondering what I look like. I said, okay, you know what Scarface looks like? That's what I look like.
Cool. All
but
right.
But this game has really changed, man. But the thing I like about South, that they came up with their own style. They didn't care about that East Coast, West Coast bullshit.
True.
I mean, they had different flavors, like you had different foods at the buffet, man.
Yeah, we stayed out of that beef, man.
Yeah.
All right.
But for me, it was like the Cash Money Millionaires, and then over there in Georgia, it was like Outkast, and then Ludacris and then Chingy. But what really made me pay attention to Southern rap there since the late '80s was Scarface and the Ghetto Boys and UGK, and Pimp C and then But now it's just that I really feel sorry with these younger rappers, man. They're dying off like flies for some reason. It's like some sort of like controlled mayhem and insanity going on.
Okay. Well, I thank you for calling in, Edward. Appreciate your comments.
All right, then, man. Peace out, y'all.
Yes, sir. Have a good
All
one.
right, peace.
End call. I'm sorry if you called in and it has not. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I got Comcast business high speed. I got my Wi-Fi on. T-Mobile has never let me down. Okay, so I don't know. Techie,
What's up?
how do you feel there's a generational disconnect with the old heads versus? Oh shit. Hey, Sin, let me call you right back. I'm on the show. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
All right.
That was my producer. So sorry. Do you think there's a disconnect between the old heads and the young heads? And I'm talking just strictly South.
Yeah, I think so. Because of I don't know, it's sonically it is changing a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? It's so, and this is happening everywhere, and that's why you start seeing the youngin aces and just different people like what old boy just said before your boy that just called, um young dude down there, he got like a style like the whole, what they call it, drill shit.
Yeah.
The drill music.
Yeah.
It's like that whole sound is just taking over everywhere because that's what's popular at the moment. And I think it's making people gonna follow the money. If you see people making money making this drill style music, you know what I'm saying, without putting much work into actually making making music, making good music, then they're gonna take the easy route. You know what I'm saying? You think about it, I mean, to be honest, what a lot of these drug dealers really gonna be doing? Are they gonna be doing something in real life outside of, I mean, in the real world? You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, I can't say that about all of them, but I mean, a lot of them started selling dope. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, this the only way out. You know what I'm saying? And so that's an easy way of actually making. I mean, anybody can get out there and sell dope at the end of the day. I mean, you just got to get a connect at the end of the day. But then, so people gonna take the easy way out, and then that's even with the rap. They're not gonna put as much into it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, most
I
people
think
would. I mean, I would
with
expect. Yeah.
with this whole drill stuff. So I think that's, since it's popular, that's what everybody reverting to. You know what I'm saying? Making a sound like that instead of holding on to the culture that was created before you. Is, I mean, and it is tied to where you from. You know what I'm saying? So that is that disconnect.
Okay, is the disconnect part of because, like you just said, the young folks are not upholding the culture, or the culture is going in a different direction where it's not conducive to the overall community culture.
Well, another thing, and that's why I kind of tie this to tech. I tie it to tech, even though I'm not trying to. But the world has been made. Oh,
no, I was gonna say hold that thought because we got a call. So
call from Veronica.
Yes, dear.
Hi, honey.
Hi.
Okay. I don't really have a question, but I have a comment. I know no ladies calling in there either, but okay. So this is from my opinion. Louisiana raised me, Texas paid me, right?
Yes.
But I see the difference, like California, like Nipsey or whatever, YG, you a blood, you a Crip, or New York, they rep their boroughs or whatever they talk about over there. And Florida, I don't know what they do over there. They do their own thing. For me, like in Louisiana growing up, I don't care if it was Wayne, C Murder, Soldier Slim, Date. You was diehard a fan of them, right? So if they was getting out of jail, you just waited for them to get out of jail. You waited for the next project to drop. You waited for them to get out of jail. It's just more loyalty down there to me, from my point of view. I'm sorry, my voice is all raspy. Sorry, but so that's why, like, even when they were talking about the rappers in Houston, I was just. It's mostly like I feel like it was just disrespectful to say somebody who was on top of their game that they're not reveling no more. So I just think that's unfair. You know what I'm saying? Everybody have a legacy. Everybody have a legacy. So for me, like I said, in Louisiana, it don't even matter. I was waiting for Gates to get out of jail. I was waiting for C Murder, BG. You just like die hard ride for them, no matter what. Mia X, I'm gonna get her cookbook because you just ride for them, whatever they doing. If they get out of jail, whatever. It's the loyalty for me. That's why I get so hot and heated. Because I don't know. I know loyalty is a thing of the past and all that. And it's like who's popular, who's showing all they fake money on the gram, like you said, that illusion. But there is no illusion when you're loyal to what you're loyal to. And that's all I want to say about. Hey, Techie.
Wait,
That's all I'm
hold on. Techie, you want to add to that? Is that a Southern thing?
Yeah, she right. Cause I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I don't do it on my Keep It Techie Instagram page, but I do it on my personal. It's free BG Friday. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'll be posting that up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody is waiting on BG to come home. So I agree with that 100%. Yeah. It's a loyalty thing. Even when that even ties to when Boosie was fighting the murder charge. You know what I'm saying? Everybody free Boosie. I mean, it's the loyalty. She's 100% right. So that's what I can ask.
But does that loyalty sometimes cloud you guys' judgment?
Babe, honey, loyalty is loyalty. What you told me about the truth, it is or it isn't. Love, it is or it isn't, right? It's loyalty. Let me tell you, I didn't grow up in the streets, but if Boosie do something, I'ma support him. Boosie can go to Atlanta. Everybody all over the state's gonna find Boosie and listen to Boosie and gonna show up. I know y'all think No Limit is no more. No Limit concerts sell out today. It don't even matter. It's the loyalty. It don't cloud nothing because you know what? You people talk about give them their flowers. These people ain't even dead and y'all ripping the fucking weeds off the ground.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just telling you. You know what I'm saying? So even like I say, I didn't move to Houston. You know, I was an adult. But just being here back then, I'm not going to ever shit on Scarface, Pimp C. I ain't never drink no shit. But Pimp C had his thing. Today, Pimp C people ride for him. I just think that's disrespectful. And if you out there conspiracy, I'm talking to you too. So when you just say like they not ready, I'm like, oh my God. It's just disrespectful. But guess what? It's music is music, right? Like I said, people want to say, oh, Kevin Gates eat ass. Okay. But what he talk about, so many people know what he talking about, but the people who beyond Louisiana think, oh, he so this, he that. Why his hair look like that? Why he got a feather? You understand?
Uh-huh.
So I don't know, whatever they be on, it's the loyalty. It's the loyalty. I'm sorry. Why people that? Why? Huh?
No, I was going to say something in French before I let you go.
That's if you can.
Get off my phone, woman. I'll talk to you in a minute.
All right.
Creoles, dog. Don't stay away from them.
All I know is laissez les bon temps rouler. That's all I know. Let the good times roll.
That was Necessary Evil, y'all. Oh, so please finish your point about the tech part.
Oh, I was just gonna say the world and the way that I could relate that, and I don't even remember what the hell we was talking about, but I know what I was finna say. Though. I was finna say the world is getting smaller, and
The
that's
disconnect with the culture, right? The old heads to the new heads, and then we got to the culture part, and then that's when
yeah,
you said the tech. It's because of the tech part of is the tech.
yeah. Well, that's why the culture is being left behind by the younger folks because the the world is getting smaller, and so I mean, at a certain point, I think I remember we didn't listen to a lot of the rap from different regions. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? If you
Hmm.
lived in Louisiana, yeah, certain stuff came on the radio, but most of the stuff that was played on the radio was from stuff down there. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so, and that's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? If you go up to New York, you're gonna hear nothing but New York music at a certain point. But down there is, I mean, it's just right now, everybody is getting a ear for the music around the US. It's all becoming one thing. Is no culture separation,
Hmm. Hmm.
at a certain point. Cause like uh I mean, and that's pretty much what I was trying to say. That it's just getting smaller
Yeah. That's what's up.
because everybody has access to everything. Let me say.
Right. Right. And that's why that's why you gotta I commend these young kids for embracing the technology and putting their music out there without the labels, without
Mm-hmm.
trying to going through the middleman. And no diss to the old heads, but they didn't have much of a choice going through the labels or certain distribution factors. And what I see now is a lot of old heads don't want to let that old paradigm go unless they have to. The youngins run
Mm-hmm.
to that shit like I don't want to deal with the label if I don't have to. And like I said, they embrace, I mean, the SoundCloud, we make fun of SoundCloud rappers, but shit, it's because of them. They embrace the tech, use the tech, and now SoundCloud is as a household name because of these kids using the technology to do so.
Exactly.
So let's take a call real quick.
Call from Dante Hopkins.
Dante, what's good, bro?
Yeah.
So, bro.
This is my man from like back in the day, bro. How you doing? You good?
What's up, Fly Man? Great, man.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. What you got on this conversation tonight?
Man, I just wanted to tap in on that disconnect between the old heads and the younger folks.
Okay.
I just wanted to. I think, man. I don't know, man. I think that there's a disconnect, but it's on the old heads, man. Like we gotta support the young. And I just noticed over during that little mumble rap kick up, that little mumble rap era, kind of just shoot the kids away. You know what I'm saying? Because what we were hearing wasn't, you know what I mean? But then we were hearing shit that was black, but there was shit that was black. You know, not every artist is popping. You feel me?
Yeah.
But if you really, really, really listen, go to the music to find good music for the young. One of the main artists I think that caught a lot of flack back then. See that nobody recognized Kodak Black. Like, if you really listen to this nigga rap, this nigga's dope.
Yeah.
Feel me? Like, it's just youngsters out there, but you just kind of listen with the old head, the old ears, just like the old heads did us. What is that boo bop, bebop, boo wop? I don't even know what they saying and shit like that without just stopping and listening
Yeah.
to it. But shit, man. So that's just, I don't know. I could find some shit out there. These niggas still spit, they still being creative, they still keeping it lit. It just, I think it got to a point where the generations were shifting and the older heads wasn't wanting to hear that too. Feel me?
Yeah.
That's just my man. That's all.
That's what's up, my man. Man, bro, I miss you, man. How's the wife and all the children's?
Man, doing good. Children doing good. Wife, oh, yeah, we got to catch up. Wife
Okay.
is off out here, man.
I'm already
There's
knowing,
some
bro.
Mendoza.
Listen, I already knew she's a bloodhound. She gonna get to it, brother. I already knew.
And I called her, I say, the new Griselda. The new Griselda Bronco.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. We
Yeah.
definitely got to catch up. So I got your number locked in, and matter of fact, give me tomorrow. I'll text you, and we'll catch
That's
up that
what's
way. Cool.
That's what's up.
too, man.
All right, my brother.
Bless us, Fly, man.
Yes,
Love
sir.
the show, man.
You
Stay
too.
stay supporting, stay liking them, stay watching,
For
bro.
sure, bro. Thank you.
Salute,
Yep,
bro.
come on.
That's my man. If anybody ever questioned all the shit I done did back in the day, he verified. So he verified. Shit.
All right, let me respond to something in the chat right fast.
Yeah.
You don't mind. Mr. Chad basically said, I hear and see a lot of old heads hating hard. I can't stand them niggas. Well, I just want to respond to you, bro. In about 15 to 20 years, they're gonna have some young niggas saying the same shit about you,
That's
bro.
right.
Because you're gonna be harping on Lil Durk, and they gonna be listening to this techno trap shit from from the future. And they gonna be saying y'all old niggas hating on us. Who the fuck is Durk? You know, so it's all generational, bro. It's gonna keep going, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I mean you can say that, but it, it's gonna be you too, you
That
know, at some point.
and that's why I embrace the youth. I don't dismiss them, because at the end of the day, when we old as fuck, we ain't trying to go out there and be on the front lines and do any goddamn thing. We like, shit, I ain't got the energy to let them young boys get at it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
you know, they gonna do what they're gonna do, but still be that angel on their shoulders, be like, hey, you might wanna do it this way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. As much as people hate the mumble rap, I love these young kids. I like I said, I love the Uzis. You know, even when young Thug was doing dumb shit, I was like, but he's so talented. I see the talent. I hear it. You know, and I embrace that part of it. I don't have to love everything about them, but they are the wave, and they have the ear of the street. And you know, Kodak Black, he do some weird shit too. But goddamn, if these kids don't listen to every fucking thing he says on his record, so the old heads did this the same way with the hip hop shit.
Yeah.
And now that we're parents, I'm a parent. I'm like, you know what? That's not the right approach. Because the more you tell me I hate something or I don't like this, keep it away from. I'm going to gravitate toward. I'm gonna run to it even more. So because of that, so I think the old heads some of this old heads is jealousy. I would think, you know, because the young kids, it's their time now. You know, hour and a half. Okay, I ain't gonna keep it on much longer. So you feel okay the direction Southern hip hop, you know, you feel good about it?
It is what it is now, bro. I don't know. It's kind of like I didn't grow up through what I wanted to listen to. Yeah, I mean, what came out during that time period I'm satisfied with, bro. I mean, it's not much that or much music out there that has really been interesting to me.
Okay.
You know, to listen to. I've been going back. I find myself going back listening to other areas of hip hop as well. Like
Okay.
I remember back in the day, somebody talking about, oh, you need to check out Rakim. You know what I'm saying? I never listened to Rakim, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I know you'll probably look at me crazy, but yeah, I never listened to any of his music. So I've been going back listening to certain stuff, bro, that I didn't catch when I was like I can't name you a song other than Cream by Wu Tang. I mean, it might be another one I could if it comes up, but that's the only one I could think of on my own.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just been going back and listening to a lot of stuff and catching up on some of the hip hop I think I'm either missed or just wasn't privy to at the time. So
are you happy with seeing these the young artists use technology the way they have been doing? Does that give you some semblance of hope? You're like, you know what? Okay, maybe even if the music doesn't work out for them, they like this tech shit so much that they kind of stay into it and keep growing in it.
I like that part of it, and I just wish more people would not focus on the spotlight being the rappers, but the engineering side. You know what I'm saying? Or the technology behind making beats. I mean, now they're you can probably write an algorithm that can create a beat for you, or
Okay.
write some Python code that can. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm glad you said that. Now, would music be the way to catch these kids to get into tech?
I think so, and that's why I throw I always pick hip hop beats on my videos, and it's not just me. I see other black people doing that too, and I wear the hats and stuff.
Yeah.
Even though I don't dress like this when I go to work. You know what I'm saying, on a daily basis. When I was going to the office, you know what I'm saying, but not that I'm trying to put on a costume. This is really how I am. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying, outside of work, but I put it on for the videos just to show that I'm a normal person. I grew up, you know, from the South, you know what I'm saying? And just to relate to the younger people that, I'm not just some old crusty nigga went talking about tech all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Well, okay, let me ask you, since we're going to get into tech just a little bit, is that part of the problem that tech creators or even those in the field are too tech, right? It's too much like this, and we do it like this, and we write the code
but there's
like
a
this.
line. But
Okay.
there's a line. You know what I'm saying? You can't really I don't know, make it
Fun.
You can't really change it. Yeah, you can't really
Okay.
make it too fun, bro. It's just a line there that, I mean, it's just something that you either gonna learn it or you ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So
then you wouldn't necessarily go out of your way to make it appealing to the masses, or even some of the masses, or a certain demographic per se.
I ain't finna make a Python song. I'm fucking Nah, I mean, it's no way to really do that. I mean, it's with tech, bro. It's like the word. It's technical. You gotta sit there and read a manual and figure out how to use some of this stuff. You have to practice writing the code in order to get proficient at writing the code.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, it's only so much you can add to it to make it, kind of fun in any way.
No, that's what's up. Before I let you go, let me spam your channel in the chat real quick. There you are. Found you. All right. So let me spam you up real quick.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, man. Shit. Listen, we know you sitting over there on bruh. I know you over there on 30,000 subs. It's okay. It's okay.
Man.
It is okay.
Trying to get there, bro.
Shit, you gonna get there. Shit. You gonna get there.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is it?
Oh, no, I could just drop it in there. Don't worry about it. But, I mean, anybody want to subscribe to the channel, I drop it in there.
Drop it in, and I'll have everybody spam it real quick.
For sure. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I still ain't got notification for my own goddamn stream. Ain't that about something? Bruh. Right,
yeah, that's why I didn't know you was back on your other channel.
Okay, so
what up with that? Because I've been meaning to ask
you. Here's the update. So when I say I scrubbed this channel, I deleted fucking everything. Because they've had me demonetized for the last 3 years on this main channel, and it's always under abuse, hate speech. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's like when I ask, which videos is it? Which stream is it? You never get a... So I scrubbed this entire thing. I deleted every fucking thing, and I saved what I thought was important. And so now I'm basically rebranding this channel. I wanted to keep it... Oh, shit. We got Nick. Lord have mercy. Lord
Call
have
from
mercy.
Nick Taylor.
What's happening?
I had some of these niggas scared I came. I knew some niggas hallelujah that'll ride for me. I knew some niggas hallelujah that'll die for me. Man, you know how he rolling. You look, man. You know, man.
Run for it, run.
Man, look here. Techie about ready to jump up out of the chair and start dancing and whatnot. Techie, the coolest brother on the planet. The tech, rap, and tech all wrapped up in the one. But wait a minute. I'm messing up.
Lord have mercy.
Man, look, man, watch out, man. Yeah, better tell them niggas, I'm trying to kill these niggas. man, I'm gonna know what I'm gonna send Techie for Christmas. I'm gonna send him a vinyl copy of Enter the 36 Chambers. Wu Tang, damn it, Wu
Okay.
Tang.
I gotta listen to it, man. I've heard that it's dope. I just haven't
is.
listened to it.
So yeah, I scrubbed, I deleted everything, and then what I found out the hard way is when you delete shit, it actually deletes your watch hours.
Yep.
Bro,
Yep.
I didn't know. So
especially only if it's within a year.
See, and I deleted everything, and I've had shit for 3-4 years. I was down to 0, like so I had to start all over again as far as watch hours. So I just been slowly rebranding. I'm just gonna go back to what I used to do and get away from that shit down the street, bro. I just can't. It's not profitable for me. You know what I'm saying? So I just can't. So I'm just going back to what I used to do with this channel, and then the main channel will be for a little bit more of the hardcore stuff, streams and stuff that I don't want on this main channel. So it's a process, but I'm getting there. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cause I've been backing away a little bit too.
Bruh,
You know what I'm saying? Cause
that algorithm is a motherfucker, man. Once they lock you up in that shit, it's like,
yep,
I'm good.
Yep. And then I mean, and I don't know how for sure this is because nobody really knows how the algorithm works, but I think they base a lot of it on the channels that you comment on too. So if you comment on a lot of Manosphere channels, it'll catch your channel up under that type of content because it figures that if you watch this content, you talk about those topics, even if it's within the comments, then your videos are somewhat around about this topic as well, and you're gonna fall into that same algorithm, so to speak.
Yeah, I had cleared my search. I've unfollowed, unsubbed a bunch of channels. No mas, no bueno. I'm good. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Even though I'd be like, nope. The bigger picture is, I can't. I just can't. So I let them have it, and God bless them. But we on the bigger and better things. Cause now, brother, I'll be honest with you. I know it sounds fucked up, but when them white dudes call, I just like, oh shit. Why just call it?
Yeah.
Let's take this last call real quick before I let you go, bro. Hey, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on?
What's on your mind tonight?
I was actually just calling in to talk about the southern rap and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Me being a New Yorker, growing up there most of my life before I moved to Atlanta, I never had a problem with southern rap. As a matter of fact, me and one of my friends, we used to get teased about the fact that we actually listened to it, even though we were in New York at the time. And the people there would be like, why y'all listening to that? And I would tell them all the time, the bottom line is this. At the end of the day, a lot of the stuff that we listen to musically is based on our thought processes, where we're at, and how we look at things in general. So, say for instance, if I listen to southern rap, I knew what was good and what genre of it.
Mm-hmm.
So if I wanted to get some upstairs music, I would listen to Outkast. I would listen to certain brothers and stuff like that. If I wanted to bounce to that sound and dance, I knew who to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
It was the same thing in New York. It was the same thing out in California. I knew who to pick for what without saying they was whack. I looked at it and said, well, look, this is their lane. They the nicest ones with it. I'm rocking with that. Plain and simple. It was never about the South was whack. Think about it like this. People in New York will talk about the South. Who's the best hip hop producer? It's Premier. He's from Texas.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People in New York tend to forget that Primo from Texas. You disrespect the music, but then at the same time, you give this dude praise and he's from there.
Yeah.
I mean, the same thing out in California. I mean, there was groups out in California that I thought were much more lyrical than Snoop and Dre and all of them and stuff like that. But a lot of people don't listen to them. Della Funky Homo Sapien is nice, but you can't find too many people that's going to talk about them, even out there.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of what your preference is for what type of music you like to listen to. You can find stuff in each region that you can gravitate towards. And if you say, for instance, like Mia X, I always thought she was very conscious. She was very, very lyrical. I actually thought she was the best one out of all the Master P's crew, even the dudes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I always looked at it like that. Like I'm not a big Jay-Z fan. I'm from New York, but I prefer Mobb Deep over Jay. I prefer a lot of cats over Jay. You know, so I don't necessarily look at it in that fashion. I love Currency. Jay Electronica is my man. You know, so when I listen to music, I don't necessarily deal with a region. I just deal with the talent. I understand the lane that they're in, and I pick the best out of that lane. You know, I don't discriminate against anybody. Say, oh, they're making the same, but no, it's whoever is. I'm not a big Future fan, but Future the best in his lane.
Mm.
So I could rock with him. I determine what's for the club and what's for me to sit at home and digest. If I'm going to the club, I don't necessarily want to hear Common.
Right.
If I'm in the club, I want to hear what's being played in that club.
Yeah.
And then I can step back out of that when I go home. If I feel like listening to that, something, conscious or something like that, then I'll listen to it. But the South is dope. Louisiana is dope. Texas is dope. Georgia dope. You know what I mean? California, everybody got their thing. It's just a matter of respecting the talent and understanding what lane that talent is in and getting the best out of it. You know, like I don't like ignorant music. I understand a lot of the youth today because my children are 28, 26, 25, and 24 respectively. I listen to, and they bring stuff to me, and I don't dismiss it. I actually sit down and listen to it with them. And then from that point, I can determine whether I like it or not. I'll be like, all right, well, they brought a bunch of this stuff in front of me, and I like this the best. So that way I'm not dismissing anything. I'm just picking the best out of the litter. And I could still rock with it. You know, so like I said, for me, that's basically how it works. But like I said, South is fire. West Coast is fire. Midwest fire. East Coast fire. I love it all.
For sure. Wise words, my brother. Wise words. Thank you. Thank you for calling in.
All right. You have a great one.
You too, bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, too, you did a favor for a good friend of mine one time some years ago. And I got to say thank you for it. The brother's name is Asir.
Oh, hey, that's my man. I love that guy.
Yeah, I speak to. I mean, we speak pretty much every day.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So, like I said, because another thing I wanted to address with you too as well.
Yeah.
The thing you did with the Charlie Brown analysis and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to send you something based on, because when I looked at it, a lot of times what I tend to do is look at color coding.
Okay. So
the outfits that they actually put people in is in direct correlation to how you looked at everything.
That's right.
And so when I get some time, I'm gonna hit you with an email and I'll break down the color scheme of each character and how it correlates to the breakdown that you gave.
Please do. Please do.
All right, you have a great one. Peace to you all.
You too, bro. Peace.
Peace, bro.
All right, peace.
Yeah, and I agree with him though, bro. If I could add this right fast,
Yeah,
I mean
yeah,
it's a
yeah.
lot of, yeah, it's a lot of people, outside of the South that I like their music, bro. I mean, and I hope nobody gets me wrong. I do like some New York music, but it just was not as popular, of something, or it was not at that high in my rotation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, I got all the Nas albums, I got all the Jay-Z albums, I got all the Cube albums. Go to the West Coast, I got all this, well, one of Snoop albums. Yeah, I mean, I pretty much got everything. Dre, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I have the music. It's not at the top of my list of stuff, but I can respect it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's no disrespect at all.
Mm-hmm.
And we know it all came from New York. I mean, we can agree on that. It all came from New York. It all stemmed from up there. But it is, it's just a different culture. You know what I'm saying, down there. That and I'm going back to something I said earlier, but yeah, it's just a different culture.
Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. Um, any last words for the people? Shout yourself out, brother. All that good stuff.
Okay. Yeah. But I appreciate all you guys coming through and just listening to my thoughts. I definitely appreciate all you guys coming through, and salute to you, Sly. You and the Inquisitors. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know where y'all got Truth under a rock somewhere or
Yeah, listen,
something,
he work
man.
for the
Where
white
they?
man now, so he
Okay.
he on the plantation, so he ain't free like the rest of us. So he can't come out to
Okay.
play like that.
Okay. But nah, shout out to you guys, bro. Y'all always dropping game, bro. I definitely appreciate what y'all actually do, you know what I'm saying, with the conversations y'all have, that I learn a lot, you know what I'm saying? I'm younger than, I think I'm younger than all y'all. Yeah. And so I learn a lot, bro, and I always been that type of person to listen to people that's older than me, you know what I'm saying? If they got something positive or something, you know, just taking that information, you know what I'm saying, and using it to make decisions based on if it applies to me or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I definitely appreciate what you guys do, man, and salute for bringing me on. And the South got something to say. No, I'm just
That's
yeah.
that's what's up. No, thank you
All right, I
for
drop
coming
off.
through.
Oh,
No,
yeah, no problem.
I just want to say thank you and and God bless in all your endeavors, man. I see the channels growing, bro. I see the conversations. I see the people you bring on. The sky is the limit for you, man. So pretty soon you're gonna be like, I'm not gonna do tech anymore. I'm just gonna do my channel. To the point where I don't have to. I already
Yeah.
see it happening. So,
Yeah.
but definitely, man. All respect and love to you, brother. So, I'm gonna go ahead and let you get up out of here. I'm gonna take my ass to bed and shit. So we're gonna have to do this again because I want to keep more hip hop discussions
sure.
going because there's so many different things of hip hop we can discuss and stuff like that. So this won't be the last time I bring you back here. So I do thank
For
you,
sure.
brother. Yes, sir.
All
My
right.
man.
All
Have a good
right.
night.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace. Peace.
Shout out to everybody that hung out with us tonight. Everybody that called. Everybody in the chat. So hopefully everybody got some out of this. Do me a favor as you exit the building. Just do me a solid, hit the like button, and I will somehow try to find Third Ward. I cannot find him in the chat. No fucking way. And I've subscribed to him. Make that make sense. This is Superside 75 on www.onthewakeradio.com. Shout out to my producer Cindy Ashby. All replays